Hello, and welcome to the Harvard Divinity School Admissions Office, Harvard Divinity School Overview. We're thrilled that you're joining us to learn a little bit more about Harvard Divinity School, our degree programs, and the admissions process. My name is Margaret Okada-Sheck. I am the Associate Director of Admissions, and I'm joined today with my colleague, John.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Raza. I'm admissions officer here with HDS Admissions. And like Margaret said, it's wonderful to be here with you today.
So I'm going to share a little bit about HDS, which was founded in 1816 and was the first divinity school in the United States. Now we are so thrilled to be the most religiously pluralistic in the world. We educate students in this academic study of religion in preparation for ethical leadership, religious literacy, and service-oriented, mission-driven work. And now my colleague John will speak a little bit more about the academic programs here at HDS.
So the first program we'll start with is the Master of Divinity, which we refer to as the MDiv. The Master of Divinity is a 3-year full-time degree program that combines rigorous intellectual scholarship with real-world leadership experience in chaplaincy and ministry. It enables candidates to speak with both a pastoral and a public voice as a leader across faith communities, hospitals and hospice chaplaincy, nonprofit advocacy, education, and humanitarian aid. What you'll do in the MDiv is learn the art of ministry, including ethical leadership, preaching, pastoral care, and community organizing. You'll link theory and practice with practical experience in a wide range of fields. And the MDiv is eligible for institutional grant aid, and we'll talk a little bit about that towards the end of the presentation. By the numbers, again, this is a 3-year full-time degree. There are 3 required courses as part of the MDiv, those being Introduction to Ministry Studies, Theories and Methods in the Study of Religion, and Meaning-Making, Thinking Theologically About Ministry Experience. There is 2 required field education placements, and there are over 100 possible field education sites listed on the HDS website for those applicants who might be interested in seeing those ahead of time. One thing I'll mention is that we define ministry very broadly at HDS. One useful way can be thinking of it as a call to service. And again, this offers need-based and merit-based financial aid, which we'll speak about a little bit at the end of the presentation.
Now I'll speak about the Master of Theological Studies program. This is really similar to a Master of Arts in Religion that you might find at other institutions. And really, you'll really dive into the study of religion as a whole while concentrating in one of 20 areas of focus. So students in this program would be able to get both the breadth of the larger study of religion, as well as focus in a specific area of focus that my colleague will speak a little bit more later. Many students in this program are really wanting to prepare for doctoral studies or a PhD in the study of religion or another field, which would be a perspective that would be enriched by theological study. Alternatively, a lot of people who are already professionals and are interested in really gaining a deep academic look at the study of religion as it would relate to their sort of professional area, this could be a really great fit. Similar to the MDiv, there is institutional grant aid available for this program. And by the numbers, this is a 2-year full-time degree program, which runs over the course of every 9-month academic year. Every MTS student is required to select one of 20 areas of focus. And the easiest way to figure out which one area of focus is a good fit is by going through the HDS course catalog and really filtering by the area of focus. And if you can find 6 classes in an area of focus that appeal to you or sound interesting, that's a really great way to figure out an area of focus for yourself. In addition, like I spoke about the breadth of the study of religion, students in the MTS program are required to take 3 classes outside of the area of focus. So really gaining experience in either different world religions or a sort of different area from what they are currently focused in. Theories and methods and the study of religion is required for this. And there is a language requirement, which many MTS students are excited to participate in, primarily because language study is one of the real strengths of study here at Harvard Divinity School, as well as at Harvard University.
So move on to the Master of Theology, or the THM, very similar to the MTS, but very distinct. The THM program is really recommended for students who seek to gain additional competency for ministry beyond that provided by the Master of Divinity degree, or for those who, after some years in ministry, teaching, or another field, wish to return to a theological institution to prepare themselves for new ministry. It is really you'll continue your studies after receiving a Master of Divinity or its equivalent, which we define as a 3-year program with equivalent structure and requirements to the Master of Divinity. That is a prerequisite. And pursue new direction or advanced knowledge in a particular focus area which you may have already been focusing on. We'll talk about areas of focus in just a moment, but by the numbers, this is a 1-year full-time degree for that 9-month academic year. You're required to take 4 courses within your chosen area of focus, 4 elective courses. As Margaret just mentioned, there is a language requirement for this and for the MDiv as well. And the THM has an oral examination requirement. One critical aspect is that THM is not eligible for institutional financial aid, so federal loans are the only financial aid available for the THM program. We talked a little bit about areas of focus for both the MTS and the THM program just a moment ago. There are 20 different areas of focus, which are on this slide here. Areas of focus are chosen by MTS and THM applicants during the application, but students also have the opportunity to design their own area in consultation with their advisor and with the curriculum committee chair. Most applicants who are interested in more than one area of focus, or most applicants are interested in more than one area of focus, and it's relatively easy to change your initial selection once you're at HDS if you realize another area of focus makes more sense. As my colleague mentioned earlier, when you're taking a look at the course catalog, you'll often see that individual courses can meet the requirements for 2, 3, or even 4 different areas of focus. For example, students studying Buddhist studies from this list will also likely engage with South and Southeast Asian religious traditions, comparative studies, East Asian religions, or gender, sexuality, and religion. MDiv applicants do not formally declare an area of focus during their application.
The Master of Religion in Public Life is our other 1-year degree program. This is our newest degree, and it's really designed for experience, often mid-career to senior level professionals, that connects the complex ways in which religion influences public life to their respective career areas. Folks can range from journalists to artists to business people and lawyers to government officials, humanitarian aid workers. There's a wide variety of different folks that have been through the program and that are interested in pursuing a degree here within this very unique type of program. By the numbers, it is a 1-year full-time degree. There are 2 required courses, one of which is the Theories and Methods in the Study of Religion, and another is specific to the MRPL cohort sort of seminar. There is a presentation or oral examination component for completion of this degree, and students are really often able to create incredible projects through the works that they are engaged in here. And every cohort every year really is able to do multiple different things, from artists to journalists and writers to folks who are interested in the intersection of AI and religion. So there's a wide variety of ways that different professionals have been able to use the 9 months of the degree. Similar to the THM program, there is no financial aid for this program aside from federal loans.
And so the last program we'll talk about is our non-degree special student program. And what you'll do in the special students program is it's a one-time opportunity for non-degree students to do coursework at Harvard Divinity School. You receive full credit for the work completed in this program and may transfer these credits towards completion of an HDS degree if you choose to apply in a subsequent year. This is a good pathway really for those who are thinking of perhaps considering a career change or who wish to bolster their application for that future degree program before they make that application. Special students can take up to 8 courses and up to 2 years for academic credit. Special students do pay full regular tuition and are not eligible for either school or financial aid. The application requirements for the special student program are the same as those for the MTS and MDiv degrees. We'll talk about those towards the end of the presentation, but crucially, there is no writing sample required for the special student program.
Now that you've learned a little bit about our degree programs, I'd love to highlight our faculty, which really lead the academic environment here at HDS. As mentioned earlier, we are the world's most religiously pluralistic divinity school, and that richness of the learning environment can be found through our faculty. 42% of our faculty specialize in non-Christian traditions, and we have 82 research professors, visiting faculty, and others offering instruction. We actually have, I think, 10 denominational counselors and really strength in all 5 of the world's major religious traditions. You'll be able to see this through also the ability here at HDS to have incredible a range of courses. We offer over 200 different courses, a wide breadth and depth of different interests and religious traditions and fields. But in addition, students in all of our degree programs are able to cross-register up to 50% or half of their classes outside of HDS. So if you're interested in cross-registering at Harvard Business School or Harvard Law School, Harvard Kennedy School of Government, Harvard Graduate School of Education, Harvard Chan School of Public Health, you would be able to do so. In addition, we are part of the Boston Theological Interreligious Consortium, which is a group of 10 schools and departments in the Boston area, which you can cross-register and take classes at. And then finally, students are also able to cross-register at MIT, or the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, as well as Tufts Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts University. One of the benefits of being in the Boston, Cambridge area is the richness of the institutions that are also here. And then again, here at Harvard Divinity School, the academic environment is really enriched through the 6 programs and centers, which are housed here, and through which students are able to get different exposure and participate in different events or in research. And now that you've learned about the sort of academic environment, John is going to talk about the community at HDS.
Yep. So here we can see our incoming class profile for the fall of 2025. Again, this data is up to date as of September 4th, 2025, but this will give you sort of a snapshot of what our incoming class looks like for the fall. So in this incoming class alone, we have 38 different religious traditions represented, amongst which are Latter-day Saints, Taoists, Roman Catholics, Hindu, and no religious affiliation whatsoever. There are 45 different languages spoken within this incoming class, including Bengali, Armenian, Igbo, Japanese, Persian, and Turkish. Our age range ranges from 20 to 62, with an average age of 28. And those students, 118 as of this date, come from 87 unique undergraduate institutions. In terms of a degree program breakdown for this incoming class, we have 4 incoming special students, 9 incoming Master of Religion and Public Life students, 36 Master of Divinity candidates, and 69 Master of Theological Study candidates. Our gender breakdown is below that. This incoming class consists of 52% women, 38% men, and 12% other gender identity. Once you're here at HDS, there are 3 student-run publications you can avail yourself of. This is the Graduate Journal of Harvard Divinity School, Reconstructed Magazine, and Peripheries. There are 2 HDS-wide weekly events that take place here, which are noon service Noon service takes place every Wednesday during the academic year. Student organizations take turns hosting and invite the entire community to join the rituals and worship. This is often faith-based, but non-faith-based organizations can do this as well. And HDS staff have also led noon services in the past. The other event is Community Tea, which takes place every Tuesday during the academic year. And Community Tea is really a time for the community to gather around food each week with no real agenda other than to catch up with friends, staff, and faculty. This event is open to the entire campus and everybody can join. There's also One Harvard, which allows HDS students access to student groups across the university at other Harvard schools and allows them to join groups that are Harvard-wide, which also includes groups housed at other Harvard graduate schools. So in terms of student engagement, there are over 40 different student organizations at HDS. Those are available on our website if you want to see a full list. As I mentioned, there are over 40 different religious traditions represented, including that incoming class. Every year, there are over 60 student-led special events, which include noon service. And there are over 500 different recurring worship services, social gatherings, and workshops and group meetings that take place over the course of the academic year. There are really so many different things for a student to do at HDS, not only at HDS, but also including the larger Harvard environment overall. You really have to use some discernment to pick and choose what you want to participate in without sort of being overwhelmed by the plethora of choices that you have in front of you.
Now that you've learned a little bit about what it's like to be a student, the impact of your HDS degree really goes beyond Harvard Divinity School. Our career service office does a phenomenal job of working with students while they're a student here, as well as after they graduate. And you can see the wide variety of different types of careers which HDS graduates have gone on to. We're going to talk about a few of them right now.
Right, so I'm going to start with Loreni Diaz, who's an MTS who graduated last year in 2025. Before coming to HDS, Loreni completed a BA in Religious Studies and Psychology at New York University College of Arts and Sciences. While at HDS, her focus was on early Christian literature and material culture alongside the intersection of religion and media. Why HDS? She chose HDS because it's a place where students have the academic freedom to explore their varied interests with the support of faculty and students and can build community. Post-HDS, Loreni has started a PhD in religion at Harvard University in the fall of 2025. Our next is Mario Cotter-Fresh, who was part of the Master of Religion and Public Life cohort in 2023. Before coming to HDS, Mario was responsible for the creative team that delivered social responsible campaigns for MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, and Paramount. His focus at HDS was on religion and media and how religion is embedded in entertainment films and TV. Why HDS? Mario chose HDS because the MRPL offered a structure for the ideation of educational programs. And after HDS, he's founded the deeperdive.org project, promoting just peace through the advancement of religious literacy in Hollywood.
Next up is Kat Woodard, a fantastic MDiv graduate from 2025, I believe, or 4. Before she arrived here, she worked on religious issues in foreign policy spaces while also pursuing her undergraduate degree at Georgetown. While at HDS, she's been ordination track within the United Church of Christ and researching the experience of disabled congregants in American religious communities, particularly those throughout Appalachia. Why she chose HDS was that HDS stood out to her as the only place where classroom offered a genuinely interfaith experience that could prepare her for her future work. And after HDS, she has started a 1-year ministry residency at a large progressive Christian church in downtown Boston. Next is Chris Suzdak, a THM graduate from 2024. Prior to HDS, he worked in the ecclesiastical sector as a full-time canonist for a Catholic diocese. While at HDS, his area of focus was within the religion and the social sciences. Why HDS? It provided a wide array of courses, both through the Faculty of Divinity, across the university through cross-registration, and even at the neighboring institutions through the Boston Theological Interreligious Consortium. After HDS, he pursued a master's in bioethics at Harvard Medical School, and now is pursuing a JD at St. Louis University School of Law with a focus in health law and bioethics. Now that we've talked to you a little bit about Harvard Divinity School, the faculty, the student, and the alumni process, now we're going to transition to the application process and how to actually apply for admission. So John, please take it away.
Great. So we'll go over some of the application components here while you're putting together your application for one of those degree programs or the non-degree special student program. So they all contain, of course, the application form, which is the information you'll fill out online, which includes information about your background, your educational history, and your personal information as well. Every program will require a statement of purpose, which is 1,000 words, and really should address sort of why you want to come to HDS and why HDS is a good fit for you. What are the skills and talents you bring to HDS? How do those align with the resources that Harvard Divinity School presents to you? And what is it about our Harvard Divinity School that draws you here? What are the resources, faculty centers that you can take advantage of in order to pursue what it is you want to do? The project proposal is only required for the Master of Religion in Public Life. The project proposal is to essentially summarize the project that you intend to complete during your time in the MRPL program. That is contained within the application form itself. It's not a separate upload. You'll need to provide a resume that should be in reverse chronological order, most recent first. We do ask for that to be about 2 to 3 pages and should detail your professional work, your education. We also encourage you to include any languages that you may speak in there as well. You'll need to provide unofficial academic transcripts for any institution you attended for credit or obtained a degree from. If you transferred credits to an institution and those transfer credits are shown on that home institution's transcript, you do not have to provide a separate transcript for the transfer institution itself. If they are not shown on that home institution's transcript, then we would need to see that. But again, these are for credit-bearing programs only. And we understand that you may be applying before you have completed an undergraduate program or a graduate program. So these can be unofficial at the time of submitting your application. We also require 3 letters of recommendation. We do prefer letters of recommendations that come from an academic source that can provide insight into your preparedness and your ability to work within a program such as the ones we offer here at HDS. For the Master of Divinity program, please note that one of those letters of recommendation should come from a ministerial source. That does not have to be someone who is ordained in a faith tradition, but it should be someone who can speak to your conception of ministry as you set forth in your application. If you can't, or you've been out of academia for some time and want to refer on to a professional recommender, that's also acceptable. But they should largely be speaking to the same qualities that an academic recommender would be speaking to: your preparedness for this type of program, your research skills if appropriate, your analytical skills as well. This year we are asking for a supplemental essay. This is 400 words. This is asking you to please describe a time when you had a constructive disagreement with another person on something that you both felt very strongly about. We ask for a writing sample. This is only for degree programs, so it is not applicable for the special student non-degree program. The writing sample is 1,500 words and provides the admissions committee with a sense of your strengths in writing, research, and/or critical analysis. This can be adapted from a previous piece you've used in academia. It can be an adapted piece of professional writing, or crucially, it can be original writing on a topic that you wish to study at HDS. The TOEFL and IELTS tests are only required for applicants for whom English is not their native language and who also did not obtain their undergraduate degree from an institution where English was the only language of instruction. If you have any questions about whether or not that's applicable to you, please do reach out to admissions at the email address we'll provide at the end of this presentation. And the last portion is the interview. These are by invitation. We'll talk about when those go out on the next slide. But a select group of applicants will receive an interview invitation. It is required to be interviewed in order to receive an offer of admission to a program. But crucially, not every applicant who receives an invitation to an interview will be admitted. In terms of the timeline, each year the application for the subsequent fall opens in mid-September. This year in 2026, or this application cycle, the application closes on January 5th, 2026. Again, interviews go out in late January or early February, along with the application for financial aid. Both of those go out after the application closes. And then all admissions decisions are released in mid-March in that order. I'll turn
Now
it
that
over
you've
to
heard, now that you've heard a little bit about the application process, I'm going to turn it over to financial aid. So the first thing you should know is that admissions and financial aid at Harvard Divinity School is need blind. So admissions does not seed any of your financial aid information to make an admissions decision. As John mentioned, all submitted applicants will for the MDiv and MTS programs are sent an application link by the Office of Financial Aid here to fill out a form. Please fill out the form if you are applying to the MDiv or MTS programs. The vast majority of our money or funding is put towards need-based aid. And so for the students in the MTS and MDiv programs, 90% of them receive institutional grant aid. This can range from 3/4 tuition grant to 100% tuition grant to a smaller group of 100 tuition grant and a modest stipend. In order to qualify for this, students are required to fill out the financial aid application. And for domestic students, also recommend filling out the FAFSA. For a smaller amount of aid, we do provide a small pool of merit aid that is awarded to MTS and MDiv students based on the overall strength of the application. So there is nothing extra anybody has to do. The admissions committee really judges this based on the strength of the application. So really work on the application, and that is how to work towards merit aid. This merit aid generally does include a full tuition grant and a modest stipend. And all students who receive merit awards will be notified at the point of admission, and these decisions are final. And really, again, consideration is automatically evaluated by the admissions committee during the application review process, so there is nothing extra anyone needs to do. And that is it. I hope this was very helpful to you. As John mentioned, our email address is right here, admissions@hds.harvard.edu. If you would like to speak with or connect with a current HDS student, feel free to reach out at ask_students@hds.harvard.edu. And also, you can find us on social media, especially the Instagram takeovers, which I think can be really helpful to folks seeking to learn more and see a little bit more about our community. Thank you so much again for your interest and information, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you all. Have a great day.